Hey guys, it's Tori. So this is another Always Keep Fighting vlog. I will not be singing in this one, so this is all just like me talking about, in this case and for this video, anxiety. But first I want to show you guys my shirt. It's the newest Always Keep Fighting campaign. Love yourself first, always keep fighting. I love it so much because, I definitely think that loving yourself first is one of the first steps in recovery. And, Jared Padalecki, who does the Always Keep Fighting campaign, actually has really cool views and things to say about why loving yourself first is so important. It's kind of along the lines of, how are you supposed to save someone else if you can't save yourself? You need to be around if you want to save someone type thing. He has an oxygen mask metaphor, how are you supposed to put the oxygen mask over somebody else's face if you don't, if you aren't getting any oxygen, you know what I mean? So you gotta love yourself first. A lot of people think it sounds selfish, but it's really not if you think about it in the right way. But yeah, so thank you, Jared Padalecki, for another amazing shirt campaign and another awesome item of clothing. I love it. So anyway, like I said, this video is about anxiety. I'm not going to be able to edit this video, which is really frustrating, so I don't have room for messing up in this video because the app I have for editing videos only lets me export videos that are within 5 minutes, and this video I've tried so hard to get under 5 minutes, you guys. I'm so sorry, it's going to be a long one. So this one will not be edited, so everything you're seeing is raw. But yeah, anxiety. For those of you who don't know what anxiety is, generalized anxiety, it's I describe it, when people ask me how it feels, I describe it as a feeling of doom. It feels awful a lot of the times, but I think it's just your mind's natural reaction to fear and your body's natural reaction to an overprotective brain. I actually just heard that and I thought it was so cool, an overprotective brain. It's kind of clever. But I wrote down some facts and things about anxiety to kind of help people understand it a little better. In case you're dealing, you're dealing with somebody that you love that has generalized anxiety. I got some of the facts from this Facebook page called The Mighty. They have some really cool videos, so you guys should definitely check out that page and give them a like. But anyway, I guess I'm going to start. The first one is, I don't always know why I'm anxious. So true. A lot of people ask me when I'm anxious, well, why are you anxious? What's going on? Why are you upset? What were you thinking about? And I honestly just sit there so frustrated with myself and with the person. I don't know why I'm feeling anxious. It just kind of happened. It could be all in my subconscious. I don't know. I know that it isn't just caused by nothing, but I'm not aware of what it is. Next one is, I'm not being ridiculous or dramatic. I grew up doing theater and singing and just performing, and since I was a very young girl, 7 or 8 years old, I've been doing theater, and so a lot of the times I was quite a dramatic young girl. With drama, you want everything to be bigger and better and stronger and deeper. And I think that that was kind of used to a disadvantage at times when I was anxious, because I did freak out a lot as a little girl about things that I was scared about. And a lot of my close loved ones were like, you're just being dramatic. You're being, and it wasn't their fault. They weren't aware of what was actually going on, and neither was I. They don't expect that kind of thing from a little girl, a generalized anxiety. I was also described as a hypochondriac, so I mean, there was just things like that a lot of people describe someone with anxiety as, but it's not being dramatic or ridiculous. It's genuine. It's totally possible to have social anxiety and be a raging extrovert. Guys, this one is true. There used to be times when my friends would want to go out or hang out with a whole bunch of people, and I was just like, can we just hang out, just us? Do we have to be surrounded by people? And a lot of times they didn't understand. They're like, I don't understand, you always have fun once we're there. And I'm like, yeah, it seems like it, right? Yeah. I got a notification. That's my sister. Anyway. I may seem like a people person, but honestly, I'm not a people person. I'm actually very socially anxious and socially awkward, and those situations freak me out. You can't just stop worrying. There is no on and off switch. That is so true. I hate it when people, it's a big pet peeve when people say, just stop worrying, don't worry about it, think of something else. Do you think that I would be obsessively worrying about something if I had the choice? Like, let's think about this, you guys. I'm being attacked by something I can't escape from. That's seriously what anxiety feels like. It feels like you're being attacked by your mind, and you can't escape from your mind, you guys. It's kind of where you live. It's who you are. You know, and it's like one of the worst feelings ever. It's not a choice. You don't choose to have anxiety. That kind of goes with you can't just stop worrying. You know, if I had the choice to not be anxious, I would take it because I hate feeling anxious all the time, 24/7. Awful. It's real. I'm not overreacting. That kind of goes with the not being ridiculous or dramatic. It's real. It really is. Anxiety is a real thing, and people will argue that it's not, that it's all in your head, that you just need to quit thinking about it. But it's real. I suffer from it. I deal with it every day as I'm falling asleep, and the minute I wake up, all day, you guys. Right now, I'm having anxiety. So, you know, it's real, you know? It's real. Anxiety is a mental disorder. You can't just get over it. Like I said, people have argued with me till they're blue in the face about this one, that mental illness isn't a thing. Mental disorders are just, you know, excuses for doctors to make money off of people. Honestly, you guys, you know, they describe it as personalities, different personalities. I think everybody has a different personality, and I think a lot of the times when people are like diagnosed with certain things that they don't need to be diagnosed with that. I agree with them in that aspect, that, you know, like the pharmaceutical companies and like doctors and stuff are trying to make money off of people. But there are people who actually do struggle with these things. And it is, like I said, it's real. And I will never, ever submit to the idea that that it's all a personality thing. No, it's not. You know, and someone with anxiety, having anxiety has nothing to do with courage. You know, even though you're scared all the time, does not make you weak. I think that having anxiety makes you very strong because you are constantly scared and constantly overcoming it. Like, constantly. Anxiety and worrying are not the same thing. That is very true. I think everybody worries. Worrying is a normal thing for a human. A mother worries about her child. A student worries about exams. People worry. But anxiety, I feel like, is worrying, yes, but it's obsessive. Like, you will obsess over a worry that you have, and you will be worrying about things that are like 10 years away, but you're still worrying about them. Like, it's like obsessive worrying. Like, you have to have something to worry about. You never have really a moment of peace, you know. So all the logic in the world won't keep my heart from hammering in my chest. Very true. I have sat for hours alone with myself, just trying to collect my thoughts and trying to find the logic in the way I'm thinking. And I do come to conclusions with great logic, but for some reason, my body and mind just won't calm down. It's really, really frustrating. Here's one. This one's big for me. Even the simplest of tasks can be overwhelming. Like, hell yeah. Like, one of them for me is talking on the phone. My friends and family are always like, why don't you just call them? Like, why are you texting? It takes longer to get a reply that way. I'm just like, because anxiety, that's why I can't talk to people on the phone. They don't understand why. Like, it's just such a simple task. But I can't do it. It makes me nervous and I stutter and I panic when I say something stupid. Like, it's terrible. It's awful. Another one is going to work. My first 2 jobs I had, I actually quit because my anxiety was just so high. You know, I was surprised I even showed up to work as long as I did. But like just dealing with people and dealing with a boss, and when you mess up, you know they're going to be, you know, there could be severe consequences. I'm still like that about work, except I don't quit my jobs because of it, because I'm a 23-year-old woman. I can't really afford to just quit my job. But yeah, going to work can be really, really scary, and I have quit my jobs in the past because of anxiety. So a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people love work or you know, don't like it, but they don't understand why I'm scared. But you know, like I said, it's like the simplest of tasks can overwhelm your mind. I don't know what else to say about that one. People with anxiety don't need someone to look at them like they're crazy. They need someone to be compassionate. So true. In the past, I have freaked out. I have sobbed. I have screamed. I have just gone bananas. And people look at me like I'm nuts. You know, I think that's anyone with any kind of mental illness. You know, they don't need people to look at them like they're crazy. That's the last thing they need. You know, they need someone to be compassionate, someone to care. That may actually heal them in a way. You know what I mean? Like having someone there to understand. It may seem irrational to you, but what I'm anxious about is very real for me. This is so true. I have been told, like, why are you worrying about that? Like, that is so ridiculous. It feels real to me. Like, you know, and because of that, because a lot of people may not be very understanding about it, it makes it difficult for people with anxiety or any kind of mental illness to talk about it. It makes it difficult for them to kind of open up to people and to trust people. And, you know, I mean, it doesn't always make sense to other people. And we know that. We know it doesn't make sense. And it's frustrating because we can't make that person get it. You know, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. You know what I mean? I never know when my anxiety is going to hit me. And when it does, I just need you to support me. Honestly, I could be fine and laughing and having the time of my life 1 minute. And within seconds, something switches in my brain. And I'm just like panicking. And, but when that happens, you know, don't just be like, are you kidding me? You were fine just like 2 seconds ago, you're bipolar. Just support me and be understanding. Understand if I say I need a minute or I need to go outside and get some fresh air or I need a break. Just, you know, you just need to understand that. That's just, they just need some space. This is a big one for me. Don't give up on me when I isolate myself. This one is so true. I've actually lost friends and even a few family members in the past to this one. I do isolate myself, and my friends will be like, why do you never like hang out with me? Why am I always the first one to reach out to contact you? You know, it's a two-way road. Why don't you want to hang out with me? I feel like you don't like me anymore. And that makes me feel really bad because I can't really explain to them why I kind of hide away. But it's not because I don't like them, you know, and I try to explain that to them. I really do. It's my anxiety. It's just I have to isolate myself because everything else is just so overwhelming. And, you know, a lot of people weren't able to deal with that. I totally get it. It's a scary, kind of weird situation to kind of be in. But don't give up on me, you know, because I may be broken, but that doesn't mean I'm not able to be fixed with some tender love and care, TLC. Just having someone you love and trust reminding you to breathe sometimes really helps. Guys, this one's a big one for me because I love the physical comfort. I love being hugged. And not like those half-assed hugs. Like if you're going to hug me, embrace me. You know what I mean? Because I always try to give 100% with hugs. And another thing that I love when I'm hugging someone is listening to their heartbeat. I love that. It's so comforting to me for some reason to hear a heartbeat. But like I said, it has to be someone I trust. It can't just be some stranger, some person that I barely know, or somebody I haven't talked to in years. It has to be someone I really trust in order to calm me down. Even when things are wonderful, I'm always waiting for something horrible to happen. I'm known for saying that. I say things are going too well right now, something is bound to go wrong. It doesn't mean it's true, but that's how I feel. Sometimes when I'm feeling the anxiety, I have no idea why I'm anxious. That kind of goes with the first one I said, which is like, I don't always know why I'm anxious. It's like exactly the same thing, actually. So there's that one. For real, guys, it's not you, it's me. Generalized anxiety. Feels like you're drowning all the time. Whew. I don't know why that one just got to me, but I'm good. I got it. But yeah, I hate hearing that. It's not you, it's me. No, guys, seriously, it's not you, it's me. A lot of my loved ones and friends ask me, what did I do wrong? Why are you mad at me? You know, why are you pushing me away? And it's really hard for me to explain that it's like, it's not you, it's not you. It's just, I'm just so unhappy with myself that I guess I come across as, you know, not wanting people around, kind of not liking people. That's not it at all. I love my family. I love my friends, you know, and I constantly feel like I have to show them that because of my anxiety. And I'm so sorry to the people I love and care about, that love and care about me, that feel like I'm pushing them away. It's not intentional. I don't want to do it. Anxiety doesn't have a look. I don't have to be trembling or hyperventilating to be anxious. That one is very true. My senior year, I was in a play, and I was one of the leads. I was on stage. It was a small cast. It was like an 8-person cast, and like maybe 5 or 6 of those people were on stage through most of the show. But there were like 3 characters, and I was one of them that were on stage like the entire show. I was like maybe not in 2 scenes in the full act play, and so anyway, I had 3 anxiety attacks closing night of that show. And I had to stay in character, and I don't know how I did it. Like, I honestly can't tell you how I did it. But, you know, I had all of my symptoms that I have when I'm having anxiety, which is lightheadedness, nausea, sweatiness. I get a little shaky, shortness of breath, can't really breathe. It's like the worst feeling in the world. I feel like I'm dying. And I was ready to just book it and run off stage. But for some reason, I stayed on stage. Because honestly, I felt like I was going to puke or pass out. Like, it was really, really bad. But for some reason, I stayed on stage and I stayed in character because something told me that just let it pass. And it did 3 times in the show. But, like, nobody even knew. Nobody had any idea. You know, it doesn't really have a look. It's not always over-dramatized like it is in, like, movies and television and in Hollywood, where it's, like, hyperventilating and, like, shaking and just, like, crying and breaking down. You know, that's not how anxiety is all the time. I need you to reach out to me even when I'm so anxious that I've stopped leaving the house. It's true. I remember just, like, last summer to, like, the fall, when I was working at an amazing job that I loved so much in Payson. I would go to work, and I would come home, and I'd, like, sit and watch Netflix. I wouldn't go out of my house. I would go to work, be home. Go to work, be home. Like, there wasn't really any hanging out unless my friends came over, just, like, spontaneously. But, yeah, you know, guys, just reach out to people when they start hiding in their house. You know, don't make them leave the house, but just kind of be like, hey, we're doing this. You're welcome to come. Or, hey, you know, if you want to do this, you can. Or, hey, do you want to hang out? If they say no, be like, okay, well, you know, just know that I'm here for you. Just let them know that you're there, because eventually they'll begin to trust you and be like, okay, this person actually really does want me around. I analyze things constantly because of anxiety. Guys, this is so true. I will, like, dwell on a stupid thought, and I will, like, obsess over it until all logic flies out the window. Like, there's just no logic left. I will analyze things until it's terrifying. I cannot turn my brain off, and it can be exhausting. Very, very true. I have described how I feel to a lot of people as I'm emotionally exhausted or mentally exhausted, because that's actually what it feels like. Your brain just doesn't turn off, and you're just constantly going. Like, it's just, you get so tired mentally and emotionally. It's exhausting. Anxiety is not an attitude. I just had an attitude saying that. But honestly, guys, anxiety isn't an attitude. A lot of people will have described me as a bitch, if you will. And I mean, I'm not saying that I don't have the ability to be one, but I don't mean to be one, and I do not like to be described as a person that's unkind. But anxiety, it freaks you out. Your mind is constantly going. There's always something going on in your head, and sometimes you snap at people, or you say things like, you know, you're not going through what I'm going through, which isn't true. I do not like to be one of those people that's like, you have no idea what I'm going through. You can never understand. You've never gone through anything bad. I do not like to be that person. But like I said, anxiety isn't an attitude. It's not a character, you know, but it does come out in a way that people think that you have a bad attitude. Most of the time, you won't know I'm having anxiety unless I tell you. This kind of goes with the anxiety doesn't have a look. But like people that are really close to me know and are familiar with my anxiety can tell when I'm having it. They can see, I can sometimes get really stiff and still. Sometimes I get really quiet. And then there's one where where I just like constantly am taking deep breaths. because I'm trying to catch my breath because I can't breathe well because I have shortness of breath. So that's one. Sometimes I need to be alone. It's not personal. It really isn't. Sometimes I just want to be alone because it's just too overwhelming around other people and my mind is just going crazy. I need to be alone to kind of like try to gather my thoughts and try to get my mind under control. It can also be very dangerous being alone though because I could overthink things. So it's like a hit or miss type thing. There is another one. Sorry. My sister really wants to talk to me. Anyway, last one is I'm still me. I'm not my anxiety. This video is like 20 minutes. I am so sorry. I hope you guys are still watching it. But, you know, it's kind of like the thing with someone that has diabetes or someone that has Down syndrome or someone that has schizophrenia or someone that has cancer. They do not need to be described as a diabetic or a cancer patient or schizophrenic or a schizo. I hate when people call people with schizophrenia schizos. It's awful. Or a person or their Down syndrome. They are not their diagnosis. She is a person with diabetes. He is a person with Down syndrome. She is a person with cancer. He is a person with schizophrenia. They are a person first. And that's the same thing with anxiety. I am not my anxiety. But I can't edit that out of the video. Anyway, and a big thing is, guys, don't try to change someone with anxiety. Like, they're working hard to change themselves already. Don't try to change them. Love them for who they are. Love them with all their flaws, because that's all they need is for people to understand and support them and love them. So anyway, that's it. But guys, you know, you just need to be there for people with anxiety. And if you're dealing with it, just, you know, understand that if people aren't being understanding about what you're going through, don't really blame them. I would actually like to do another Always Keep Fighting vlog about how to deal with somebody with a mental illness or with anxiety. I think that's really important for people to kind of understand how to deal with it. It could be a really frustrating thing for both sides. But yeah, I would also like to hear what you guys would like to hear. If you guys would like to hear, you know, more stories about me or about like my journey on recovery. If you guys would just like advice or that kind of thing on certain things, I would love to do these videos. I know my videos aren't very big. A lot of people don't watch them, but the people who do, I really do appreciate it. And, you know, I have gotten messages from people thanking me for opening up about my own struggles and letting it know that it's okay to talk about how you feel. You know, I definitely want to make the walls of stigmatism, is that the word? The walls of stigma come crumbling down around mental illness. I want to help destigmatize it. You know, I don't want people to have to feel like they should be ashamed of their emotions or how they think. I feel like it needs to be talked about and that we need to learn to feel comfortable with it. It can be a very uncomfortable thing to talk about, but I definitely want to help with that movement that is slowly taking flight. But yeah, you guys, you know, just remember to stay strong and always keep fighting. It's hard to do it. And to love yourself first. It's hard to keep fighting a lot of the times, but, you know, it's possible. You know, like I said, I wake up with anxiety, go to bed with anxiety. I'm constantly having, like, shortness of breath and things like that for my anxiety. It won't leave me alone. It doesn't give me a chance to forget that I am an anxious person. But I just have to, you know, keep fighting through it. And hope that one day, you know, it'll fade, or that I'll have enough control over it to not let it affect me, or that maybe they'll find a cure to things like mental illness and stuff. But until then, you know, I'm gonna say it again, just always keep fighting. So I hope you guys like this video. Like, share, comment, tell your friends about it. And if you guys want to see anything from these vlogs, please, please, please let me know. I would love to do more of these videos and to have a bigger following. But yeah, you know, anxiety's a bitch. I'm just gonna say it. But you have to know that things are always darkest before the dawn. That actually reminds me of a song from a musical I did, a kid version musical of The Hobbit. There was a song that was like, "You mustn't give up, you gotta go on. Things are always darkest before the dawn. So I think that's really funny. So sing that to yourself when you're feeling upset or anxious or something, you guys. I hope I was able to give you a little bit of inspiration. I guess I did sing in this video. Anyway, you guys, you know, I'm really fidgety now. But, you know, just always keep fighting. Let me move this real quick. I know it looks weird. My sister's little Facebook pop-up, it's like right on the stop button. But not anymore. I moved it. I guess I should respond to her. But thank you guys for watching. And if you guys are still watching this 25-minute video, oh my gosh, like I can't even believe it's this long. I wish I could edit it. Maybe I'll figure out how I can. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope it really gave you some more knowledge on what anxiety is. And people that are struggling with it don't have to feel so alone, because there are people out there that are dealing with it as well. So thank you guys for watching it, and I hope to see you guys will tune in for my next vlog once I get inspiration for one. But yeah, just remember to always keep fighting and to love yourself first. Bye, guys.